I am often asked whether I believe I've been successful in preserving the Bahamian folktale tradition. I believe there's enough evidence to say that I have in large measure. For example, since I started writing about researching and writing the tradition, many other writers have picked it up. Notably, Helen Clonaris, for example, the Gaulin wife, appears in her work, and she acknowledges that it comes from me. For example, Leelawati Asharaming also acknowledges that she's been influenced by my work in that regard. In fact, she was a winner of the Commonwealth short stories based on the Gaulin wife. And there have been others. An artist, I believe, did a performance piece, Jody Minnis, on the Gaulin wife. I believe that there is great evidence that I have, because when I started the work as a student at university doing my first degree, the tradition was moribund in most places. At best, I say moribund, probably dead on some of the islands. But I was fortunate enough to have been born into a storytelling family. All of my people had been born outside New Providence on islands, other islands in the chain, and definitely were steeped in storytelling, family stories, and also stories using traditional folk motifs and characters. The Gaulin wife first appeared, my story, The Gaulin Wife, first appeared in 1988 in a Penguin anthology called Under the Storyteller's Spell, which was edited by Faustin Charles. It was 4 years later that my collection of short stories based on folk motifs and characters appeared 4 years later. And it was what was very helpful in the revival of the tradition is that book was adopted for use in the schools, and it continues to be used in the schools. It's actually on the syllabus for literature, and from the many approaches I've had from students over the years, and people talking about these things, talking about an evening in Guanima and the stories that they particularly liked, I feel certain that I did quite a lot to rescue the tradition. There's evidence that people at all levels now recognize that we have had a tradition and are desirous of, if not being active in preserving, certainly acknowledging the importance.